I'm really glad they didn't go the route of just like terminally ill, because I thought that's what was happening. And I do like that storytelling, but I think the idea of just like a straight up I was sad to leave my room works better for the isolation. But it's a type of good that's like, oh my god, character died, that's why we love this, or oh my god, look at that Sokka. This went from one of my favorite things I've watched this year to one of my least favorite things. Bro, every day of the week since like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, someone's dying in the shit that I watch. Can you see that? Can you see this? If anyone thinks I'm over-exaggerating, can you see that? Yeah. You think I'm over-exaggerating? Every hair on my arm has stood up. In the shit air in theaters, I would have threw my drink at the screen, bro. What the fuck? I've had some people request me to watch Look Back before. I get it now. Like, truly 10 out of 10. In 1 hour, I think they got me to connect to a character maybe harder than I've ever done. But I think making my new Patreon tier, where viewers can fund a reaction personally, might have been the worst mistake I've ever made. See, I didn't expect that. In hindsight, was there a death flag? Yeah. The intro, but I thought that was a silly little gag comic strip, bro. Like, it's bullshit, but it's good bullshit. So Fujimoto, author of Chainsaw Man, did this short little manga series at one point, and then it got adapted into a 1 hour movie. And throughout the first half, I thought to myself, damn, this is the type of series that you wish was like 10 episodes. It's so good, the idea of like someone who thinks they're good at art, and then there's this other character, and they're like, shit, she's better at art than me, so I'm gonna try to get better. And then it becomes this little cute duo where you have a heavily introverted background artist and a, someone who could be more extroverted, and they make a manga together. It's great. And the idea of like the time skips and the utilization of the characterization was just fantastic, because at some point said introverted girl's like, I want to go to art school. And I get it, because sure, I could stay in your shadow forever, always need you to talk to the cashiers, need you to take care of me, and I need to branch out. I want to learn new things, I want to experience new things, and I want to be able to be my own person. And unfortunately, in human reactions, other characters like, you can't do it without me. It's very rude, but like, it's not coming from a place of malice, even though that's how it's going to be received. It's more of a, I'm sad if you go. To go from this story, which basically at its core, it asks us, why do we make art? Like, that's the big message. Why do we make art? What is the purpose of art? Do we do it for other people? Do we do it for ourselves? Do we do it to leave an impression on the world? At no fucking point in this movie was I ready for the newscast of Axeman cuts people up. And when I read that, I was like, okay. 3 wounded, though. I didn't know where we were going with it. Look at it. Can you... Wait, come on. You focus on that shit. Can you see the hair? Last 20 minutes of the film, that's what my arms was doing. Just thinking about this shit, bro, sends chills up my spine. The final 10 minutes of this film might be some of the greatest storytelling. We go back to her home, and we find the first manga strip that we made when we were delivering her diploma. And she rips it up, and it's only the one panel that basically says, don't come out, right? And we get to see the kind of what-if scenario of what would happen if she never left the room. And basically what ends up happening is, like, she still would have gone to art school. She eventually would have branched out herself. The only difference is she would have drop-kicked that Axeman. And yeah, it's a beautiful what-if. But reality's different. Things will unexpectedly get ripped away from us, and it hurts like hell. And the idea that you start the movie off with her. It's like a 2-minute silent montage, basically, of just seeing from the backside of her drawing. And then we end it doing the same thing. There isn't this big punchline about the film where it's like, okay, everything's going to work out. Or it's more about, to me, it felt like at any point, you can lose things. But you have to find that passion of why you do the things you do. And in this case, why do we make art? And I think the beautiful kind of tragic end of this is kind of like, yeah, there's guilt. Yeah, there's a lot of unresolved things between these two. But the idea that she was her biggest fan and she continues. Because I think, had we not discovered that panel, had we not discovered, volume 12 of, the series that she had going on, she probably would have quit being a mangaka right then and there. But the idea that she went back to it because it's like, as painful as today is and how painful the next few years will be, I can't let my biggest fan down and I gotta keep progressing. And I think that's what's beautiful about it. I didn't bawl my eyes watching this, but I think this was truly the saddest I've been watching anime. Unironically. It helps because it sideswept me probably hard. Like, every time I rewatch Anohana, I cry at the end. To different varying degrees, but it's just sad. But a show like Anohana, you know how it's gonna end from the beginning. Where with this, who the f saw that coming? The production's insane. The music, oh my god, the music is so good. I may have been fuming and speechless at the end when the credits played, but that song was beautiful. And the one thing I really like about this production, my favorite scene, this is gonna sound so stupid. People are gonna be like, how could that be your favorite scene? Just shut up, okay? This is my favorite scene. When she's running home in the rain, right? She's soaked, she's dancing, she's happy. She got her spark back. She wants to do mangas again. There's a scene where you see the trail of water from her front door all the way to her bedroom, and then in her bedroom you see her backpack and just shoes. It's just, there's a puddle, and she's frantically writing and drawing. That scene is so beautiful for visual storytelling, because a lot of series would have just went the route of, oh, she's dancing in the rain and you see her damp in her hair and she's drawing. But instead, we got to see the franticness, because we've all had at least one moment in our life where we were so excited to do something that we didn't care about the mess we left behind and we just jumped straight into it. That scene was so powerful, and it really triggered the start of the passion of the mangaka way. And bro, shout out Zythrin for funding, because I probably wouldn't watch this otherwise. There's just too much shit for me to watch. But you a sick bastard as well. You let me know what you thought of Look Back down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here, and Patrons where we catch my full live reactions such as this. And yeah, you can always fund your own if you really want to go the extra mile. Take care.